So we've got pacing set up by Matsatsa of Georgetown, asked to come through the 1200 in 2:54. And they're not going to get called back this time, so let's keep an eye on a couple of marks here. It takes 3:50.5 for the automatic qualifier for the World Indoor Championships. We'll also be getting the time through 1500. They'll need 3:33.5 for that. U.S. standard is 3:34.5 for the 15, 3:52 for the full mile, although the Indoor Championships will accept a minimum standard of 3:56.8, assuming they don't fill the field. So we've got a handful of NCAA athletes, we've got a handful of American athletes, we've got a handful of international athletes, so a lot to keep track of here in the men's mile. My eyes are going to be on Sam Tanner. He's got the fastest mark in this field coming in. Ooh, we got some elbows thrown around in the middle of the pack. Sam Tanner left his hometown of Australia a few weeks ago, or New Zealand rather. I'm so sorry, New Zealand. I know you guys get offended with the mix up there. Hometown of New Zealand, made his way to Durham, North Carolina for a little training camp, and is now up in BU, ready to rip. 6-time national champion, 1-time Oceanic champion. He's made the semis of 2 World Outdoors. Also keep your eye on Mick Stanacek of Puma. Was out at Arkansas last week, pacing some of the top collegiate times ever in the mile. 8-time All-American while at Washington. He's an Aussie, so him and Sam Tanner will have a little bit of a rivalry, friendly, I'm sure. Eamon Kemboy is also an athlete you can never count out. You can see him farther back there with the 9 on his chest. Former Arkansas athlete, really, really great career there. He's run 3:54.96, 3-time individual All-American. They're through the 600 in 1:28, so not steaming fast for these gentlemen, but certainly not sitting around either. Top time in the world so far is also the NCAA lead, Ethan Strand. Gentleman from North Carolina with that 3:48. Nathan Green of Washington in second, 3:50. Some really fast times from collegiates this year. So we come through the 800, 1:57. Not quite quick enough for some of these guys. I think some of the pros are going to be a little disappointed in that pace, 1:58. Georgetown gentleman trying his best to pace out some guys that have been at the World Championships, that have been at the Olympic Games. We are seeing the gap between collegiates and pros close every single year, but still a little bit of a gap there. There's Sam Tanner starting to move. Kieran Tutavate, tie national record holder, is that 7 bib, but it's Sam Tanner starting to go around. Speaking of fast collegiates, there's Emmanuel Galdino of Iowa State getting involved there, right behind Sam Tanner. Or sorry, Mick Stanacek. We lost Sam Tanner there for a second. Mick Stanacek, they both got the mustaches, both wearing the same kit. My apologies. Stanacek of Puma Elite is our effective leader as the Georgetown gentlemen are pacing. So Stanacek leading Galdino. Here comes Eamon Kemboy. Keep an eye on him. He is so dangerous in the back half of races. Bib 9 on his chest. Currently in 4th, trying to move around the collegiate Galdino. It's Mick Stanacek starting to move with 400 meters to go. 300 meters to go now. Mick Stanacek. Georgetown Hoya staying in it. That's Abel Teffra. I thought he was just pacing, but he is now trying to put the hurt on Mick Stanacek. Mick leading the way. Can Eamon Kemboy do anything in the last 200? It's the collegiate starting to move on the outside. Abel Teffra of Georgetown really, really moving here. 100 meters away. Sam Tanner finally getting involved there. Can he bring a big kick back from New Zealand? He's trying to chase the collegiate. Number 1 time in the collegiate ranks is 3:48 right now. Sam Tanner trying to do everything he can, but it is the collegiate Abel Teffra from Georgetown who takes down the professional field, 3:52. That's going to be a top 5 mark in the NCAA for sure. We'll wait for the official. Wow, taking down the likes of Josh Thompson, Sam Tanner, Mick Stanacek, Eamon Kemboy. Is Abel Teffra 3:52.44. That is going to be the 4th fastest mark in the NCAA this year.